Maximizing your brand's impact on social media. So I know this isn't our usual time. I came on a little early. I know usual is kind of odd because we've only done one before. But my husband's getting ready to go in for surgery, so we got to take him to some appointments. So that's priority. So first of all, for those who don't know, I'm Lisa of Developable Designs. I am the owner and I do quite a bit of creation along with my partner Anne, who has definitely been a godsend to me. She's my VA. And what we're going to talk to about today, like I said before, is maximizing your brand's impact on social media. So I want you to take a step back, look, and see what is the impact that you want to make on social media. What is your goal? How do you want to build your business and how do you want to build your brand? What is the voice that you want? So those are things that we need to think about as we develop and grow our social media. What is the stamp that you want to leave? What is the legacy that you want to leave? So welcome. Let's get deep. Let's get in and let's see what it is that we can do to help you get your social media standing out in the crowd. So first of all, we're going to talk about the fundamentals and importance of having a clear brand identity. A clear brand identity, a clear brand identity is essential to making sure that you can get your voice heard, get your voice seen, and people know you when they see something that you have created. They'll know you based on the colors, the brand, the voice, etc. And that's kind of really important. And it's something that took me a while to develop. I can help you do it all day long, but for my brand, it took bringing Anne in and having her do the work and me pull myself out so that I can look and then come back in and help her and guide her and walk hand in hand. Another thing we need to look at, and I talk about this pretty regularly in my courses that I teach, but also in some of the posting, is know who your target audience is. I specifically tend to gear my audience and my content for veterans because that's who I am. That's who I choose to serve. But I also help other entrepreneurs. My primary is veterans, those specifically leaving service, because we know there's 22 a day that are losing their lives because of the bigger things that are going on. There's an inability to cope and some things like that, which I'm dealing with that myself as far as a VA claim and things getting held up in the process. It leaves you feeling a void that's supposed to be filled and supposed to be helped through a system that's leaving you feeling empty. And I want people to have hope on the other side of all that. There is something more. You can build a business, you can build something that helps you to serve and be bigger than what you are if you want to be, or keep you where you are if you want to be. So you need to know who you're talking to and how you're talking to them, establishing your brand identity. You need to know your target audience. And one of the ways that I like to figure out my target audience is one, your what you're trying to provide, whether it's a service or a product. But when you're looking at that service and product, you need to keep your ideal customer in mind. You need to keep your target audience in mind. Do they need it? They should need it, but do they need it? And if they need it, how will this benefit them? You need to sell the outcome to them. So in knowing who your target audience is, that's going to help you be able to create content that's going to talk to your target audience. The three, your content creation and consistency. I don't care if you post one time a month. I just want you to post one time a month. Post consistently that one time a month. Post two. That's not going to get you really the traction you want, but it's creating consistency. Create a pace that you can do long term so that you don't have to revert and dial back and restart and dial back. And if you do this enough, it's through things like batch creation, which is what we do. We do a month's worth of content, and then we can layer in more content if something comes up that we need. But as a whole, you don't have to do that if you've batched your content. That's what works for me. I know some people like to do each day, and that's great. That's just not the style that I can do. I would always feel like I was playing catch up. For me, if Anna and I set 2 to 3 hours aside to talk about content, or she creates the content strategy and I sit down, look it over, and we talk about it, and then she makes the edits that we need, or I make little edits. She then goes in and creates the fantastic content that you see. So that is one of the things that I love about batch creating. You have time to look at it, audit it, and check it out. And you can set up an approval process that way if you're creating content for someone else, or you just want time to step away from it and come back to it. If you use a system like Metricool, Go High Level also has this. If you want any information on Go High Level, please feel free to reach out to me. I have some, we have some sub accounts that we have available that we can work something out. But I want to make sure that you understand that there's aspects that you can create an approval process so that you don't have to approve it at the moment. You can approve it down the line when you're getting ready to post it. You need, like I said, we need consistency. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, something. Look at when your ideal client is on, your ideal candidate, your target audience. A lot of these platforms actually tell you, like Metricool will blue it out and tell you these are the times that you should post. It's a great time, or pink it out, depending on which platform you're looking at. And just post during those times and see if you can get some traction. If you're not getting traction after 4 weeks, look, pivot, and move. You don't have to stay in that tunnel for the whole year. You can pivot every 4 months or 4 weeks, but you need to make sure you're creating the consistency at least within the month, and then and so on. There's another thing about creating content, and I mentioned it a moment ago, posting where your ideal client or avatar is on. Client, avatar, target audience, all those things. They're not all synonymous, but they all have a similar thread beneath them. The thing you need to look at is be on the platform where your ideal client is at. Talk to them where they are, so you don't have to bring them to that platform. So if I am looking for business owners who are 6-figure business owners, higher end business owners, we might want to look at LinkedIn. And we want to make sure that we're crafting content for LinkedIn that would meet our ideal avatar clients' needs. If my content is very image oriented, I may want to look more towards Instagram. The reason for that is Instagram tends to be very picture perfect, for lack of better terms. And I think that that's essential for someone who's got a product that's very beautiful. Remember to sell them the benefits of your product. What is the outcome they will get from having your product, not the features. Features are what gets a lot of us in trouble with our marketing, because we're focusing on all the little nuances that we know are important, but that's not what the ideal client wants. Another thing that you can do, and it's very important, is build engagement and community. If someone takes the time to comment on your posts, to ask you questions on your posts, to do anything on your posts, make sure you're engaging back. They've taken the time to talk to you, to give you their energy. Take the time to reciprocate. It's really important for people to feel recognized, and it's important that you do that if you want them to then become someone that you can sell your items to and sell your brand to. I'm kind of rushing through this. Sorry that it seems so fast, but I want to make sure that I hit these all and that we keep it kind of 10 to 12 minutes. So another thing that we can look at while we're looking at all of these other things is, how does this look analytically? Is our content hitting? Are people liking it? Are we growing our following? Is our following engaged? That's great, but is this relating to sales? If this is relating to sales, then we can use this as a strategy to drive. If not, we can use it as a strategy to pivot from, and then pivot and drive. If you've got questions, please reach out. We can set up an appointment. We can talk about some of this. And that's at hello@debeladebal.com. You can reach Ann there, and she will make sure to get you on a call with me. Another option is live demonstrations like this one. We can talk about strategy all day long. We can build out things all day long in a live demonstration, especially when there are people that can talk back with you and give you feedback. So if you guys got anything that you want me to add into these lives, please let me know. You can DM me, or you can message me in any platform or via email. You can walk your audience. These tend to be workshops. A lot of people do workshops or seminars or webinars, And really, you're just kind of walking through somebody through the process and giving them examples of what it is that is brand can help them be brand aligned. So for us, it's colors, making sure that we have clean, not stark images. We want to make sure that the brand is approachable, but yet stoic, because military tends to be stoic. So we want to make sure that when we're talking to our military audience, we don't have too much stuff in the way so that they can get the message. If you need, like I said, if you need guidance on any of this, please reach out and we will get that done. I am going to wrap this up real quick. If you have any questions, please make sure you call me, message me, call me. The phone number is on my website at debelladebal.com. I think it's 210-338-0877, or DM me, message me, email me, whatever works for you. And we will get your social media planning going and make sure that you're on brand and on message.